no sky yet, but we're getting closer. We're getting closer. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Medley number 223. I feel awake. I feel energetic today. Should be a good one. Wow, yeah, I feel good. What the heck? Why? Good morning, Cyber. You know, I had the Netflix app deleted from my TV for a while, or at least I wasn't signed into it. And I signed into Netflix for the first time yesterday since what was the last thing I watched on Netflix? Well, I can't even remember. It was a while ago though. I don't even know if it was like it might have been winter or spring. Anyways, point is, I haven't used Netflix in a while, and I had the realization yesterday that I'm like paying for it, and so I'm like I don't want to keep paying for something I wasn't using. So I downloaded Netflix again to my TV, and boy, is there a lot of stuff on Netflix, like a lot of new stuff. Like I looked at the whole like coming this week tab and the coming next week tab, and it's just tons of stuff. So, I completely forgot that there's a second season of Umbrella Academy. So I'm gonna be catching up on all of those things gradually over the next few days. I'm not gonna really be binging anything because I do have a lot of work still that I need to do. Oh, that makes sense, Cyber. I mean, the current state of the world. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the the manga called Tokyo Tribes. But there's a live action movie directed by Shion Sono that's based off of it. It's like kind of like a musical, I guess. It's really good though, or at least I enjoyed it. It might actually be bad. I don't trust my own quality filter. I don't know. And I kind of have like a weird soft spot for live adaptations to manga that I read. I don't know that I've ever not liked a live adaptation to a manga. I don't know. So, anyways, that being said, there's like a series or a movie. It looks like a movie called High and Low. That's very similar to Tokyo Tribes. But then as I was scrolling through Netflix, it was like coming this week, High and Low, and then I kept scrolling and it was like also High and Low 2, also High and Low 3, also the High and Low prequel, also High and Low 4, also High and Low some like spin-off that's just a comedy. So I don't know how to adjust. Now, Cyber, I know the quick. Everybody always goes quickly when I say, "Oh, I like every manga movie." Everybody always goes directly to the Death Note Netflix thing. Yeah, I actually liked it. Now, there's a lot of things that go into like me enjoying that movie. I think that one main reason why I enjoyed that movie is because I had I had no expectations coming from that movie. When they were like, "Oh, they're making a Netflix Death Note film that takes place in Seattle, where the main character is white," I was like, "Yeah, okay." And then I watched it, and it was a American Death Note in Seattle, where the main character was white, and there were some choices even with that premise that I didn't really like, and there are some choices with that premise that I was like, that was alright, that was cool. One thing I will say about the Death Note movie on Netflix is I would have preferred that it be like a 12 episode series as opposed to just a movie. Um, but I don't have the same hate for it that a lot of people seem to have had. There are, I, there's just a lot. There's a lot of reasons why I didn't hate that. If it was the only live action Death Note adaptation we'd ever gotten, then I would have been pretty upset, right? If it was just manga, anime, and then this movie, I'd be like, this is egregious. But there's like, there are some really cool alternatives to that movie. I liked that it was just different for the sake of being different. Um, but am I like, would I buy that movie? Am I talking about that movie now? Am I ever gonna rewatch that movie? Probably not. I'm just saying when I watched it, it didn't seem to give me the same misery and like agitation that it gave everybody else. I don't know. I also have a really poor memory, guys. I don't know how it got like this. For example, I'm watching Umbrella Academy season 2 right now. I don't really remember when Umbrella Academy season 1 came out. 2019, 2018, somewhere around there. The thing that's weird is like, as I'm watching season 2, I don't really remember anything from season 1. I mean, luckily I read the comic book several times years ago, so I kind of understand the story. But still, there is this kind of like, anytime there's a show that comes out, anytime there's a show that comes out on like Hollywood, on Hulu or Netflix or Amazon Prime, and I binge it really quickly in like 3 days, and then the next season doesn't come out until 1.5, 2 years later, I usually have forgotten everything that I've just watched. This is why I heavily prefer that TV shows, even when they're on streaming sites, be spaced out. For example, a show I like a lot called The Boys comes out every Friday. Like, they're spacing out each episode by a week. And even though I know that follows like an old, antiquated TV network model, it actually helps me retain the art better if I'm consuming it gradually and regularly, as opposed to just sitting down and burning through an entire thing. I don't really retain a lot. I don't remember it years later, you know. Like if somebody asked me what happens in an episode of Russian Doll on Netflix, I couldn't tell them. And I loved that show, but it was just I burned through it too quick, you know. From my point of view, says Cyber, about the Death Note Netflix movie, they say it was objectively terrible, but I appreciate L being a black guy and being an entertaining actor. He sold the role. I'm not gonna lie, L is a big part of the reason that I liked that movie. That's what I meant by like some choices were made that even if they weren't like necessary, I liked that a choice was being made. I don't know. It's actually kind of easy to please me when it comes to movies. I've talked about this before in the past. Like if somebody takes a risk or a choice, even if it ends up being like not great. I mean, Willem Dafoe, right, as a as Ryuk is like that is a choice. I mean, Willem Dafoe looks like Ryuk. I guess that's an insult. Never mind. That's a choice being made, and I feel like it could have been great or it could have been horrible. And I think that it was actually pretty great. There were some choices that were made in the movie that I think were hilariously bad, but I didn't take offense to them. I wasn't like insulted or appalled by them for some reason. I This is more a me problem maybe than it being like the media being good. I think I just think that it could have been improved a lot by being a series. I think that Death Note just isn't a one-shot type story. And I think a lot of the strengths of Death Note, I'm talking more so about the manga now than the anime, which I didn't see all of. I know, horrible, right? Anyways, I didn't see didn't watch all the anime, but one of the strengths of the story of Death Note, in my opinion, was its slow burn quality. It like a lot didn't happen very quickly in Death Note. It was kind of like a lot of build, and then one big event would happen that would maybe span like 8 pages, and then it was more slow burn, I feel. And you just can't really do that in a movie. In a movie, you can only slow burn, I would say, at max for 40 minutes to an hour. And then you have to get a big climax, then you kind of have to start wrapping things up. And Death Note just did not do that. And no iteration of the story that I'm aware of has ever done that. And so trying to do that in, what was that movie, like 90 minutes? Trying to do that in 90 minutes is like a hilarious undertaking. And there was just no way that thing was going to come out feeling rich in my expectations. I wasn't expecting to get that. Sorry, laughing at Cyber's comment. But yeah. Oh, also like the Bleach live action movie. I forgot I watched that too. The Bleach live action movie was also not horrible. I think I have a low bar for all film. It allows me to appreciate some film that I deem good, that makes me happy or whatever, but I'm trying to remember the last time I saw a movie and I was like upset at how awful it was, or well, what's that chord? Interesting. That's quite a bit different. The Death Note is a simple and compelling concept, and yeah, it they could have recontextualized the idea into a neat original movie, but then they would have had to change a lot, which arguably they did. Right? It's interesting. Hello, Easydora. It's interesting because I had this conversation with a friend where it's like, why not just take the Death Note as like a plot device and make a completely different story around it? Like, why does there even have to be a light? Why not make it, I don't know, a group of kids that finds the Death Note? Like, they could have done anything with it. But then, oh god, that's so interesting. I have no real pushback on that. My only thing is that I feel like if they changed everything and made a really cool Death Note original story, maybe people that maybe they wouldn't get the eyes and ears, like the built-in fan base, like the Death Note fandom. Maybe they wanted those people to come, and if it was completely different, maybe they wouldn't come. For example, I like Fast and Furious, but if somebody took the Fast and Furious franchise and completely rebooted it with different people, I don't know that I would go see it. Wow. But if they change... Oh, wow. Fast and Furious is not a good example. Let me go to Harry Potter. And somebody was like, Harry Potter. Well, his name's literally in the title, so I guess they can't deal with that either. Oh, this was actually more challenging than I thought it was going to be. Mm. Whatever they did just didn't resonate with a lot of people, myself included, says Cyber. Oh, if we're talking resonance, Cyber, no, it didn't resonate with me either. If we're talking resonance, I mean, what does resonate with me? Other than Fast and Furious. I think, I think there's kind of like... Resonance is an interesting concept. I always say, oh, that could be cool. That could be cool, Cyber. Like, what is that called? It's like, it's not pseudo history, where it's like, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like altered history. Is that it? Like Lincoln. What was it? Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer. Like where you take something that actually happened, but then like recontextualize. That could be kind of cool. Again, again, you're preaching to somebody that's very easy to please. Now, the um the concept of resonance in art or something resonating with me. I sometimes will say, especially in music, I'll be like, you know, this album was not bad. It's good music. It just didn't connect with me. It didn't really make me feel anything. I feel like I say that a lot in this stream, usually to clean up one of my views on, you know, a musical thing. Like somebody will say, Omni, how do you feel about Billie Eilish? And I'll say the songs are really dope. You know, I have no problem with what's going on here. It's great. It just doesn't connect with me. I'm not really click and play on these songs, guys. And I feel like Death Note falls into the same place. So while I can say I've never disliked a movie based on a manga, that's still true. I didn't dislike Death Note. And did it resonate with me? No. Am I going to willfully watch it again? No, not really. Did I love it? No. But did I dislike it? Definitely not. There were actually parts of the movie that I enjoyed myself. And the parts of the movie that I didn't enjoy myself weren't significant enough for me to stop watching the movie. In fact, I'm hard pressed to remember a movie that's ever done that for me. I've heard stories of people going, oh yeah, I walked out of the theater, you know, halfway through the movie. And I'm like, I don't know that I've ever done anything like that. Walking out of a theater halfway through a movie, walking out of a restaurant halfway through my meal and being like, yeah, let's go somewhere else. Like, things like that, I don't know that I've ever done. I'm just so committed, even when the thing isn't particularly great. Which has gotten me into some trouble, and sometimes, you know, and some, like... There's definitely been, like, events that I've been at where I just haven't been enjoying myself, but I haven't left because I'm like, I'm already here. And then I found myself in a bad situation. Yeah, Cyber, maybe if movie theaters were free, maybe I would walk out of a movie then, but they're not. So I feel like I'm pretty committed to be here in this seat. And while I know that a lot of theaters do that kind of thing, or like if you leave before a certain time mark in the movie, you can get your money back. And so some people will leave like 30 minutes into a movie and get their money back and go home. But yeah, I just feel like I've made my decision. And it's not the end of the world. Like, I know time is limited. We're all going to die eventually. But it's something like a few hours of a movie, like, I'll sit through it. Now, an ongoing series, an ongoing video game series, an ongoing anime series, an ongoing TV series, a manga, that I will stop. If at a certain point the bad or my displeasure outweighs my pleasure in the series, I'm like, I can't keep watching this thing, and I will leave. Usually, this happened for Supernatural. This also happened for Naruto. This also it typically happens with really long shows. You know, if it's a short show, I'll just finish it. I feel like if my wife was disgusted with something, that I'd be obligated to leave. But then again, I'm not taking my wife to a movie she might be objectionable. She might find objectionable anyway. This is very considerate, Cyber. Never finished Naruto, says Alpha. Oh, Alpha. You're back. Welcome. Yeah, me neither. I never will. I will never finish Naruto. Hmm. Gotta keep practicing the song until I get it. How's your week going, Alpha? What are you doing, Josh? No, it goes. Hmm. This sounds interesting. Alpha? Why? Why are you friends with this person? What's a song recently you thought was cool, says Josh? Good question. I like this question. A song recently I thought was cool. There's a song by. There's a. There's a song by Tamagugugu featuring Ryan that I thought was pretty cool, but it's pretty lowball because everything that Tamagugugu. Everything that Tom. I'm gonna say Tom from here on out. The artist name is spelled like that, but I'm gonna just say Tom because it rolls off the tongue better. So Tom put out a song recently that I really like, but everything he puts out I like. So I mean, this isn't like I discovered some cool new thing, I guess. If we're talking like discovering cool new things, I found an album by a group called, or a person, a producer, I don't know, somebody called Stereolab, and Stereolab sounds so like familiar to me. Like I feel like I've definitely heard them before, but none of the songs were familiar. Anyways, they were all very good. Stereolab. Yes, that's the answer to the question, Josh. Yes. I knew her from community college, and she was like super mean, so I cut her off like cut her off after like 3 months. But I saw her at a party last year. She gave us me she knew me, and I said the whole time. Oh. I mean, it sounds like a cool relationship, Alpha. Tom is cool, AF, says Alpha. Yeah, Tom is very cool. Very, very nice, cool man. Very cool, nice man. Hey, what's up, Thadley? Glad you can make it. I'm glad you can make it too. Isadora, of course you know who Stereolab is, of course. I can't surprise Isadora. Yeah, I like Stereolab. I didn't know who they were until yesterday. I was playing Fall Guys. Unfortunately, yes, the music in Fall Guys is very good, but in order to do my thing, I have muted the music in Fall Guys and I've started listening to Spotify. This is a no insult to the people that made the music for Fall Guys. It's just that playing video games is the only time that I can actually explore new music. And so after I've become very familiar with the soundtrack of a game, sometimes I will switch over to Spotify. And usually not with narrative games. Like, I'm not going to do that in Kingdom Hearts or Horizon Zero Dawn or Death Stranding. But usually for a game like Fall Guys, Apex Legends, something that's just like a fun little time waster, I will like go through my Spotify playlists. And so, yeah, Stereo Lab was in it yesterday, so that's pretty cool. I remember checking his stuff when I found out that he had a song with Eggy. Then I realized I was already following. That's pretty cool. My adolescent soundtrack. Wow, what was my adolescent soundtrack, Isidora? Babel Gilberto? I can't. Sorry. I don't know if that's the smoke or the kiwi. Kiwi makes my throat, like, right in here itch really bad. Um, Whenever I've said this to people, they say, you're allergic to kiwis, but then sometimes, every now and then I'll say it to somebody, and somebody will go, yeah, kiwi does that to everybody's throat. That's just a thing kiwi does. And maybe that person's just also allergic to it, and they're making a wild assumption. I don't know. Kiwi makes my throat itch too. I'm so glad that you spelled it like kiwi. Because she also makes my throat itch. Kiwi makes my whole body itch. I can't imagine there's that much meat on a kiwi, Alpha. Hey Josh, what's a song you heard recently that you like? I'm recently Takeshi right now. I would recommend crying in the shower. I mean, if you're gonna pick a place to cry, probably no better place than the shower, Josh. So that's pretty cool. Also, thanks for listening to Amnesia. I appreciate that. This song's called Embrace. I made it with somebody who at the time was going by Celadon City. It's an old Pokemon reference. They have recently changed their stage name to Academy Garden. And they actually have a new EP out. I would recommend listening to it. I mean, if you like chill music, they're really good. I also, this song Embrace, I sampled it to make the song Button Willow.
Line.
Oh crap, I forgot to put my phone on silent. You might hear that line noise again in like 2 seconds. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Oh no. That's bad. Hold on. I'm sorry, Cyber. It kind of scared me too. The song is called Beneath the City. What is your line notification sound, Cyber? Default ding noise. Or what I thought was the default word up. Cyber. Word up, Josh. Oh crap! I forgot about sound 223. It's an organ. They're interesting. Cyber. They're all layered with flutes. Whoa. Whoa. I never actually thought about that. It is kind of a flute. It's just kind of a lot of flutes. I mean, no, there's no like wooden reed, but I mean, yeah. It's just a bunch of pipes with holes in it, right? Interesting. Hmm. Good point, Cyber. Omni do be changing keys though. Hey, what's up, even sub? I didn't even know you were in here. Welcome. I hope you've had a good day. Same to you, PTs. Oh my goodness. You say Zelda vibes. PTC EU ZN PTC Uzen PT Cruisin. Is it PT Cruise? Is it a PT Cruiser joke? It's probably not. It's probably not because there's no R in it. I don't wait. There is an R. It's PT Cruisin. Heck yeah. I haven't seen a PT Cruiser in some time. Some time now. I appreciate the joke of your username. Um. Thank Omni. I hope you have been having a good day too. Actually, honestly, even so, I don't know if I've been having a good day, but physically, I feel really good. I think I finished my workout and I had my fruit, and now and now there's music happening. I feel decent. It's usually a good way to start the day, but there's still a lot of smoke. What are you gonna do? They haven't put out the fires, so there's a lot of smoke in the air, and going outside hurts my throat. But I mean, you just don't go outside. Easy solution, guys. This, I mean, we're going through the organ sounds. I said that there was gonna be a lot, and yeah, there's a lot. I don't want to spoil myself by checking to see how many are left, but yeah, this is sound 223, which I don't actually dislike. It's pretty quiet compared to the piano. I mean, the piano being this, pretty loud, and then the flute. Even when I hit it hard, it doesn't quite get to that volume, you know? There it is. Such a fun song. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. What if I did... Oh, stuff be working. Oh, guys, believe you me, stuff be working. Oh, wait, no it doesn't. Wait, unless it does. It does be working. That's pretty sick. I do like that. There it is. I gotta figure out what the best way is to um, loop that song around, because I do like where it is now. Oh wait, how do I get out of this? Oh, how do I get out of this? Oh, like that, I suppose. Once I get... Thanks, PT Cruisin'. have I heard that melody from? Right? Even sub? Right? I don't know. Which melody are you talking about? Are you talking about this one? The. There it is. That's the chord that I want to go to. Yeah, the 3-note thing, that descent. I mean, probably a lot of things, but what have I specifically heard from? Isn't that Panic at the Disco? Is that Panic at the Disco or am I wild? Am I wildin'? Probably wildin' right now. Where do I go? No, but now that I think about it, I actually did use that. That's funny. That's funny, even so. You know, I feel like when I first started making music, I wasn't so concerned with harmony and notes and where things belonged, you know, and a musical. Sorry, not to say musical, in like a harmonic sense. You know, I wasn't really concerned with chords and notes. I was more I was more so concerned with interesting sounds and unexpected developments in a song. Because as I started producing more, I spent more time on the keyboard, using it to explore harmony. Harmony is extremely important to me. I would say that it kind of hovers over the other aspects of music for me. Like when I'm making music, a lot of times I will put harmony on a pedestal. Like there needs to be harmony in this song, and sometimes other aspects of the song, like melody or rhythm, can sometimes not completely be neglected, but just be diminished in importance. And I'm trying to, this year, more specifically the latter half of this year, I've been trying to veer back towards that, you know, making interesting music, making interesting sounds that aren't so bent on harmony. And by doing that, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to leave harmony to the end of the song, you know, and not chronologically, but as far as production, you know, like make the percussion first, make maybe a melody first, you know, do all those things first, and then worry about the harmony later. And I think trying to practice this has been very telling for me, because a lot of times when I make a song, like for example, even Sub and maybe anyone else on the stream who does or does not make music, when I start a new song, typically, you know, I'll start with chords. Kind of like with these songs, like these new songs that I'm making. I'm usually doing the melody and the chords kind of in unison, but still, I'm starting with harmony, right? Because this is harmony. And I think this song has no drums, really. And even if you listen to it, it doesn't necessarily have a rhythm. A lot of times when I play in the very beginning, I'm just kind of playing idle chords. With no real specific timing, either. There are some times where I'll play it with a little bit of like a rhythm, but it's more so I'm just arpeggiating the bass chord, you know. so on and so forth. And so that, I mean, that is a type of rhythm, but it's not necessarily a really strong rhythm, you know. I would I would say the songs that have a more strong sense of rhythm typically tend to be in 3/4. Like a song that I feel like has a strong rhythm is Over and Under. Wait, there it is. Has like more of a strong sense of rhythm, and I think that's just because of the rigid, unchanging waltzy time signature. Another song that has a strong sense of rhythm has that same time signature, which is Love Letters. You know, this part is just all rhythm and harmony. There's no real melody happening right here. But when I do add the melody in the second half of it, I keep that rhythm. And that's what gives that song a stronger sense of rhythm. Like, it's hard to play it in any other way. Now, I should follow that immediately by saying that lately I've been playing that song in 5/4, which isn't really a waltz rhythm, but still a strong sense of rhythm, right? More of a lopsided rhythm, but still a strong sense of rhythm, because even in this version, once I start the melody, I keep that. You get it. So, those are songs with more strong sense of rhythm. The stuff that I'm doing more so lately. Hello, Jesse. How's your day going so far? The stuff that I'm doing more so lately are more kind of just like stabbed, empty chords. And so it doesn't have that strong sense. Another song with a stronger sense of rhythm is actually Clover Salad, or the way the default way of Clover Salad, if I'm not throwing any weird extra improv sauce on it, which is this. Kind of has more of like a swing, not a waltz, more of like a swingy jazz. Like not a lot of just bass notes. It gives it like more of a sense of like bouncing and jumping. Strong sense of rhythms in these songs. Even when I go into the second half. Even that part. So the point that I'm making is I rely really heavily on harmony for building a lot of the songs, especially because when you're playing a keyboard, even though you can emulate a lot of those other aspects of a song, like rhythm, like melody, the harmony tends to be what I kind of lean on the most, because chords interest me. You know, I like the relationship between a lot of notes, and if you think about drumming, I don't know how many drummers are in. Hold on. Cyrus says, does anyone else make pizzas at home and then add more toppings like pepperoni? I actually haven't made a pizza at home. I can tell you the exact last day I made a pizza at home because it was Christmas 2000. Who was the 2000? It was Christmas 2017. Was the last time I made a pizza at home. Who was that was here? I remember James from Two Tone Disco came over, but there was also a girl here. I don't remember who that was. Coma, maybe? It was somebody who lives in LA and their family does not. So like a lot of us are like trying to like, I don't know, figure out something to do on Christmas without our families around. Anyways, that was the last time I made pizza at home. Um, but I did add toppings to it. Yes. But I mean, yeah, yeah. So the answer to the question is yes. Um, it just has been a while. Thank you, PT Cruz. And okay, so what I was saying was building songs with melody, building songs with harmony, building songs with all those things. The relation, if you think about a song, what toppings do you like on your pizza, says Alpha? I'm a pepperoni person. I'm very boring. I just get pepperoni everywhere I go. I get pizza at least once a week, and every single time I get just pepperoni on it. Occasionally, when I go to a place that you can do unlimited toppings, I will add other things. For example, at Blaze, they have pepperoni, but they also have soy chorizo, which, I mean, I like, so I'll put that on it. Sometimes I'll get sausage. Sometimes I'll get green peppers. I do like green peppers a lot on pizza. I like it a lot. I just don't like paying for two topping pizzas. So if the two topping and the one topping are going to cost the same, I might as well get green peppers. I'll get like green peppers. I also like mushrooms on pizza. This is really weird, guys. I don't want to really make this a pizza stream, but I don't like mushrooms. But if they come on a pizza, what I used to do, like people would get like supreme pizzas, right? We've all had a supreme pizza in our life, I hope. I used to pick things off the pizza, but at a certain point, I would just get so exhausted trying to like lift up a pepperoni and be like, ew, there's an olive under there, and throw it out, that I would just eat the supreme pizza, and it was chill, it was fine. And so there are a few things that you could order on a pizza that I would be like, I don't want to eat that. Very few things. Fish being one of them, more of a rare thing, but I know people still do it. I don't like fruit on pizza. I don't like what happens when fruit juices mix with cheese. It like makes my stomach feel weird. I mean, cheese already like does a number on me, but like people that put pineapple on pizza, I think that that's so dope. But I just, for whatever reason, like my stomach can't do it. Like fruit juice and cheese. So I can't really do pineapple on pizza. But I mean, most meats I can do. Most meats on pizzas are good, and most veggies. Fruits in general, though, I'm like chill on that. Yeah, and I know tomato, right? It's technically a fruit or whatever, and there's tomato sauce on it, but for whatever reason, that doesn't make my stomach hurt. Weird stuff. Weird stuff. Who eats fish with pizza, says Alpha? Quite a few people actually. You know, I mean, anchovies are a thing, right? Anchovies are a thing. I mean, the Ninja Turtles would order it. Remember that? Remember the Ninja Turtles? Anywho, harmony, melody, rhythm, all these things make a song. If you think about a song in its most simple construction terms, it's just the relationship between a lot of things. If you solo any one track in a song, it kind of doesn't feel like a song anymore. Even if you just take the piano sometimes that's playing the chords, usually doesn't feel like a song anymore. It just kind of feels like a series of harmonic expressions. And there's not really a lot of rhythm or message behind it, maybe no narrative behind the track to make it feel like a full song. And so I often will think about songs as a relationship of notes, i.e. harmony. That's what harmony is. It's notes kind of coming together to create a new idea. I think of music a lot that way. And so when I sit down and make a song, even if I do start the song with percussion, usually what I'm doing is I'm making the basis to make the song on top of. I don't even really consider the percussion that much of an integral part of the song. I think of it as like the foundation that you build the song on. And I'm trying to like not think that way anymore. I'm trying to like retrain my brain, which is why in the last production stream last Friday I had that whole song that was mostly drums. It was like halftime, and at the end I did put some piano chords on it that I am going to kind of get rid of. I don't want those in there. I want to spend as much time just working on percussion so I can like kind of retrain myself to view percussion, solo percussion, as a song, you know? Because it should be that. There's so many songs that I've heard that are kind of percussion, just a bass line, and they're sick. I wanna not drown everything in chords anymore. And and I think that it's a baby step in the direction of that. I know a lot of people know that that I know a lot of people know that like infamous was a Miles Davis quote to oh no, I forgot his name, Herbie Hancock, where he was like, "Don't play the butter notes," which actually was "Don't play the bottom notes," which he was trying to give Herbie advice on the piano, um, because Herbie, I mean, we've talked about this on the stream before. Basically, Herbie felt like sorry, Cyber's making me laugh. No, the butter notes one, because like Herbie needed help refreshing his style or whatever. He was like, I feel like I'm stagnating. All my songs sound the same. What can I do? I feel like I'm playing the same chords. And Miles's information or advice to him was like, don't play some of the notes. Essentially, right? Like, take out some of the notes. I like that one even so. Take out some of the notes, right? And so as a piano player and somebody that especially is self-taught, every single time I find a new chord or a new way that notes can like fit together, it's very exciting, right? It is very like, I can play that, and that's a big, for me, especially when I was like learning keys. I know it's all white keys, it's very easy to play, but being able to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like a 7-note chord was very interesting for me. And it sounded so big and full and pretty. And then after playing that enough times, I eventually started realizing that I didn't have to play it all big like that. I could kind of crunch it up a little bit by doing inversions. So like an inversion of this one would be here. And it doesn't sound as like big and angelic and flourishy, but it definitely has a different sound. Like this has a different sound than this. And this has a different sound than this. But I like the way that one sounds. You know? And so, but those are, I'm still playing all the notes right in the chord. And Miles's advice was to play not all the notes in the chord, especially if you're playing with an ensemble. Kind of leave some of the notes out. You know what this chord is. We all get it. You're a very good piano player, and you know the theory of music and the relationship of harmony. But maybe leaving out some of those notes when you play a chord could be interesting and fun. And that's why when I was playing piano on that song with the drums, instead of playing like the full chords, I kind of moved my fingers around and was like, what if I just played that? Like, to me, that doesn't feel good to my hands, because my hands have gotten used to playing a certain arrangement of notes and chords, and this feels empty. I feel like I need to at least add like maybe some bass notes and then fill it in, you know? But just playing like chords like that, or chords that don't really have a bass note in them, things like that. I mean, that's the first chord to 72 Downtown. And so I'm trying to approach things a little bit differently. And I'm definitely not like a savant or a genius when it comes to music. So I don't even know, I would argue that I don't even know enough stuff about music to start taking away knowledge and taking away notes and stuff like that. But I think that anything that you can do within your means to give yourself a new perspective on whatever you're working on can be helpful. And so the new perspective I'm trying to give myself is not relying so heavily on harmony, which, guys, as a piano player is so difficult. Anyone who plays piano and guitar knows that harmony is kind of your whole thing. I mean, you play chords on these instruments. I emphasize piano and guitar because those are two of the only instruments that you can do this on. I mean, you can play chords on accordion, right? But like a lot of woodwind instruments, you know, flute, sax, and then like brass instruments, trumpet, trombone, you can't play chords on those instruments. You just can't. They're monophonic, meaning they can only play one note at a time. And so for somebody that maybe plays sax for a living or as a career, as a hobby, they're not really worried about harmony so much. But definitely not as much as somebody that plays piano. And I'm trying to get back to that like mindset as far as building songs. Sorry for boring everybody with that very, very long explanation of why. approaching songs like this new song that I'm working on, is proving difficult because I am fighting my own nature in it right now. Like, I already know where my brain wants to take that song, but I'm trying to like stop myself so that I can open up some new avenues. You know, I don't want to just write the same song over and over and over. It can be very difficult not to. Ooh. The ants are back. I forgot where to go from there, I'm getting somewhere. Halo Reach, I think. That's from Halo, says even so. Was Halo Reach the one where it was like art in RTS? No, no, that was Halo Wars. Which one was Halo Reach? Even so, was that the fourth one or was that the fifth one? Is there anybody in here that cares really, really hard about the Halo story? Because I might ask even sub a question that might spoil it for somebody that's like super about Halo. I don't know if you can spoil a game that's like 10 years old. I actually mean it's ODST. Whoa, I owned Halo ODST. You know what's wild? Even so, I owned Halo ODST and I never played that game. It came for free with my Xbox. I bought an Xbox 360 that came with Halo ODST and Forza Motorsport, and I just played Forza, and I would look at the Halo thing and I was like, I don't think I'm going to understand it if I try to play it. I didn't play the other ones. I played through all of them, says Cyber. Oh, word up. I don't know much about the story, but I played all of them. How? I was about to say, how is that possible? Even so, but there are several games I've played through several times, and if somebody asked me to explain the story, I would be hard-pressed. Kingdom Hearts being one of them. I just don't care anymore. Kingdom Hearts has lost. I just don't care anymore. But anyways, I was gonna ask about the Halo series, because I know in Halo 1, you were on a big thing. You were on a big ring called Halo, right? It's like a space station or something, or a planet, or I don't remember what it is, but you're on there and you're fighting aliens. I only played it for a little while with friends, a friend that I miss dearly. And then Halo 2 came out and I didn't play it, and Halo 3 came out and I didn't play it. Then Halo ODST came out, which I think was kind of part of Halo 3, and I didn't play it. And then Halo 4 or Halo Reach came. They just kept coming out, and I was like, what is going? How long is this war gonna last? Ever watched the Halo anime? I didn't even know that it existed until you just said it. Unless you're making a joke. See how gullible I am? I don't know. I don't know. I never cared about the story. I just like to shoot things, says Even Sub. I have a really weak spot in my heart. Cyber will understand this. I have a very weak spot in my heart for any couch co-op FPS um, game. Any. It doesn't even really have to be FPS. Any couch co-op campaign game, I will play it. I don't care what the story is. I don't care how hard it is to play. I don't care how easy it is. I don't care how poorly it was made. If you can give me a split screen game where I can play through the story of the game with another person, I will buy it and I will play it. I bought Two Brothers. Was that no? I'm thinking of a different game. I bought A Way Out. I bought that game because of that, and I loved that game. I loved every second of it. And was the shooting great in it? Not really. Was the voice acting great? Like a lot of things were like kind of off about that game, but I just love couch co-op, and I feel like it's dying. I feel like it's not common anymore, and so anytime there's a game that boasts having couch co-op, I'll just buy it based off of that because, God, I miss couch co-op. Anywho, they had Toy and Studio 4C working on it, says Alpha about the Halo anime. Oh. Yeah, even Sub also misses couch co-op so much. Couch co-op, like, the thing that I think I almost said something really wild just now. I almost said the thing that I think developers don't understand, which is wild because I realize I'm like a video game dinosaur. There's a completely new, very lucrative focused generation of gamers that do not care about couch co-op. But for me, couch co-op was like that's just how I played with friends. And there is so many games, guys, that were arguably not good or fun, but I got so much joy out of them just because I was playing on a TV like this big, and the screen was like split into four quadrants, so I was really playing on a screen like this big, like playing like four-player Mario Kart or something like that. And I was like, is this game fun? Nah, I don't know, but I'm having a good time on this trash TV with. I was playing on like a resolution that's equal to watching a YouTube video on at a decent sized smartphone today. But boy, do I miss it. Um, anyways, couch co-op is great. Bring it back. I still have my old PlayStation 3 with Scott Pilgrim on it. That's pretty cool. I mean, at least they're bringing that back, right? I actually never got a chance to play all the way through the Scott Pilgrim game, so I guess I'm glad they're bringing that back. So now I'll have that chance. It's a feature they shouldn't have left as alpha. I can see why in the current gaming environment with everybody more towards making games that are like online community based, and not only online community based, but more recently it seems like online community based, quick, like not a lot of time investment, like not a lot of text on the screen, like you can kind of just look at it and get it. I feel like I saw some article somebody wrote about. I didn't read the article, so I'm not gonna talk about what the article said. But I saw an article recently where it was about like how games like Among Us and Fall Guys are like a indicative switch of like a new era in gaming, where it's like these games are arguably very low, like the threshold's very low to get into them and to play an entire round and just leave, but they're like two of the most successful games in recent months. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Good morning, Sky. Welcome. It's very interesting. I do like Among Us and I do like Fall Guys, and I think that I don't really know what that means for the gaming world or whatever, but I understand why a developer would be like, oh, couch co-op just isn't important right now. Like kids are not asking for couch co-op. Um, Kids are asking for like, I don't know, battle royale. Again, I don't know any children, so when I want to know what the children want, I just ask the person who's selling things to children, and it seems like children like battle royale games. I think children like Fortnite and stuff like that, right? Are the kids still on Fortnite? Are they on to something else now? TikTok, I don't know. Plus the whole quarantine thing at the moment says even sub. Yeah, the quarantine thing probably isn't best for couch co-op. especially if you live alone. Which, I mean, I don't, so couch co-op would be cool for me, but I get it. Playing games online is the best way to play if you can't see your friends. Some children, they're always watching zombies. Ugh, some children are always watching zombies. Some children will watch zombies so much that it'll make you watch zombies. Both 1 and 2. Guys, great films. Please, if you get a second. Sky says, I think generally siblings probably want to play their own thing um, than rather play a local co-op game. As as somebody who has a lot of siblings, I would say no. I would say no because siblings love playing games with each other. I mean, especially if it's a console game. I understand if it's like maybe a handheld game, but no, even if it was handheld, like if Switches existed when I was a kid, and me and my little sister, or me and my big sister, or me and my older sister, or me and my brother had a Switch, I'm like 100% sure we would play with each other. Not because we were like best buddies, but just because like you're kids. There's nothing else to do. It's like kids playing. I mean, um, yeah. I mean, Sky, for example, the only reason I even play video games is because of my siblings. Like, I didn't have a console. There was a Super Nintendo that was in the house that I'm pretty sure was Amanda's. I'm pretty sure that was Amanda's. And then Amanda and Candace would play on it every now and then. They would play like NBA Jam or something, and I would sometimes get to play it. And then I would eventually get to play it with them. Me and Ashley would play together. Like, I think it is like a, if you get a console and you have a lot of kids, like, I mean, they might be really selfish and weird about it, but they'll play with each other. I think that if I didn't have any older siblings, I still probably eventually get into video games, but definitely way later in life. Like, I guess shout out to my big sisters. And the funny thing is, they don't play video games anymore. So, how about that? I got into video games because of my older sister. Also, me and Alpha have something in common. Nowadays, there's always something to do because of social media. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that even so. My first game was Donkey Kong Country. You know what's wild, Alpha? I wasn't allowed to play Donkey Kong Country. I don't think that my siblings would let me, but I was allowed to play Donkey Kong Country 2, which Donkey Kong isn't a playable character in, and I remember being so bummed because he's on the cover of the game. Grant, I think he's like in he's been locked up. Like the whole premise of the game is you're supposed to save him, but I, being stupid, thought that you were gonna save him within the first few minutes and then be able to play as him. It just seems stupid that the game's called Donkey Kong and you have to play as Diddy and Dixie the entire time. I miss having time and not having pressure of responsibility. I mean, preach on it, Cyber. Don't we all? Why weren't you allowed to play Donkey Kong Country? Was it the whole Al Sharpton theory? Yo, that's hilarious. That's hilarious, Alpha, because I know what you're talking about. First, no, that was not the reason. I have weird feelings about Al Sharpton, but no, I wasn't allowed to play just because it wasn't mine. And like again, I said there was a little bit of like, I wasn't allowed to play with everything that my older sisters were playing. You know, it was just kind of like when they didn't want to play anymore. Sometimes I was allowed to play. And then I think I remember playing. Mostly, I remember playing with my little sister Ashley, but I think I played with Candace sometimes. My immediate older sister. I think she played NBA Jam with me. Like she's how I got into NBA Jam and a few other games. Ah man, that was dope. My family's pretty cool. Okay, the Al Sharpton theory is such a funny line. It is a very funny line. The Al Sharpton anything is a funny line. Guys, why am I talking about this? Oh, because couch co-op I feel like isn't really a focus anymore, and I miss it. I miss split screen co-op. And the thing that's so funny is, again, guys, the TV that I was playing 4-way split screen on was very small. The TV was no joke like this. And so, I mean, imagining that split 4 ways and like I'm still sitting like 8 feet from the TV just going like, I think I'm in first. You ever play Donkey Kong Country Returns? I never played that alpha. I didn't even know whatever that thing is you just said existed. Spelunky 2 just came out. I didn't play the first one. Should I play the first one? Did the first one also have 4-person local co-op, Sky? co-op in the first game, but you can definitely do two-person local. Interesting. Dun, 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 dun. I want to go somewhere interesting. Hmm. Oh. Guys, can you still see me? I think my internet died. I remember getting it so me and my sis could play, but we barely did. Word. I was playing video games with my little sister, right? My sister was also the first person. I mean, I've said this before in the stream. Now there's like an entire market of like, there's an entire. I don't know if you guys can see me, so I'm just gonna keep talking as if you can. But for a while there was. I mean, for right now, there's a whole market for people watching people play games. Let's Plays is a thing. Back before Let's Plays were a thing, my little sister would just watch me play games, and I just didn't understand. I did not get it. Like, there were times where I would like offer her the controller, and she would be, maybe I should have just made her play anyway. There was times where I would offer the controller, and she was like, no, I don't want to play. I'm cool with watching. And she was like, it looks hard. I don't feel like I would be able to play it. Like, I remember her watching my entire play through Shenmue. Like, the entire play. Like, she watched the opening cutscene where, like, Lon D shows up and, like, wrecks everything. And then she, like, watched me play that game for, like, 5 hours. And then, it was time for dinner, ate food, went to bed, went to school the next day, got home from school. And, yeah, she would, like, take her shoes off and come into my room, and then I'd play Shenmue, and she would just watch. We would just, like, eat chips, and I'd play and she would watch. And she just did that routinely until I beat the game. There was, like, one time where I played without her watching, and it was, like, a problem. I remember her being like, yo, what happened? You gotta catch me up. And I had to, like, clue her in on what had actually happened in the story. Because she was that invested in it. It was like it was a TV show for her. And that's wild to me, because people don't really, people, when I say people, I mean me. I don't like watching people play games. I just want to play the game. Usually when I watch somebody play a game, I just want to play the game. The only times that this has been true where I'm just like, oh, I wouldn't mind watching somebody play the game, is if the game is something that I do not have any type of access to, right? And I want to see. A good example would be watching somebody, and I can't watch them play the whole thing. I can only watch them play for like a bit, like a little while, and be like, oh, I kind of get it. I get the gist of this. Watching somebody play, whenever that new, what's it called? Like Boombox Rebellion. What's the new like Jet Set Radio clone? What's that game called? Jukebox Pirate. What's it called? Cyber knows what it's called. Anyways, that game, like, when that comes out, I might not actually be able to play it, because I think it might be a Switch exclusive. And so I might watch somebody play that game, unless I plan on getting a Switch, in which case I'm not going to do that. I will just avoid all. Yeah, I only like watching people play a game when I don't think I'll be able to play that game. Ever. I found out I only like watching someone I know play it. I really don't like online streams. It has to be more of a person you know personally. I do that with my wife now, says Cyber. That's cool. It was kind of nice, if I'm being honest. It was nice playing Shenmue with like a third party there, because sometimes things would happen on the screen, and my sister Ashley would say something, and I was like, yeah, that was kind of weird. Sometimes when you're playing a game in a vacuum where you're the only person, it's like unclear what happened. Now, the only time I don't like having people watch me play a game is if anybody says anything while the game's happening. I get annoyed. I get really annoyed. And I don't mean questions like, Cyber, and maybe you can help me on this, because it might actually be a problem that I have personally. But if you're playing a game and it's like, oh, you're looking for, it's like somebody's like, yo, you got to find all the freaking noodles in this house before you can progress. And you're looking around for the noodles and you're just like, dang, I found 5 out of 6 noodles. Where's the other noodle? And then somebody that's sitting on the couch next to you goes like, oh, it's actually in the bedroom. I saw it when you went by the hall earlier. I saw it in the bedroom. You should go over there. You missed it. That really bothers me. I do not like that. I don't. I have to like really be. It has to be a just me and the game thing, like me versus the game. I don't like when anybody helps me with anything. I get like actually agitated. I'm like, you gotta leave the room. You gotta leave the room. This isn't a community effort. Now, if I had decided beforehand, it's just like, hey, this is a community thing. We're all playing this game. Like, that's cool, but I do not like it when somebody's like, oh, I think I saw something. Can you go back? Can you go back like a couple of screens? I think I saw something up there. Yeah, see, there's a power up right there. No, I don't like that. I would actually rather miss it than have somebody else point it out to me. And I think that's a me, like a weird personal thing that I have. Yeah, like yeah, Cyber's right. Like it feels like spoilers, and also feels like it doesn't. Like I don't feel like I can own my playthrough of the game. I don't feel like I can own it. Maybe that's stubborn, but it's just because that's not how I played games when I was a kid. I remember as a kid when I would figure something out, even if it was something really obvious. Like you know how some puzzles, it's kind of like the fault of puzzle games. Sometimes a puzzle will just stump you for hours, and it's not actually that hard. It's just the way your brain is seeing it. You have a weird perspective on it, and sometimes you have to escape that. Overcoming that feels so good for me. Like that makes the game worth it. I played a game called The Witness. That's basically 90% puzzles. And when I beat that game, when I finally beat that game, I felt so good. And if I like looked up solutions online or somebody sitting next to me on the couch and figured something out, um, yeah, that would have ruined it for me. So I don't really like playing games in front of people all the time unless they know how to like not talk. You heard about No Straight Roads, says Alpha. Oh, Alpha, a buddy of mine. Buddy is a strong word. Uh, an associate of mine, who I used to play shows with a lot, made the soundtrack to that game. So yes, I have heard of that game. I haven't played it yet, but I have definitely heard of that game. Um, Put the sign up next time. No backseat gaming. Yeah, screw that. No backseat gaming. That's a tag on Twitch, actually. Oh, interesting. Wow, that's kind of cool. That's actually pretty sick. Word up. I'm gonna put that up on the production streams. No backseat production. You ever play with a friend and feel like you're doing commentary like a YouTuber for like story-based co-op? Um, hmm. Ever play a friend? When there's, yes, absolutely. When I played A Way Out, me and the person I was playing it with did do that a lot. Where it's just like, well, that was weird. There's like a really funny. This isn't really spoilers if you're gonna play A Way Out, but there's a scene in the game where one of the characters can like play basketball with a kid, and it's like this kind of like really heartwarming moment where like you can like intentionally let the kid like get the ball from you and like let them score, or you could just play like it's NBA Jam and you could just like ball all over this kid. And I was like crushing this kid, and it was really funny. And like me and my co-op partner just like kept like we were just like cackling out. We were like, they shouldn't let me like dog this kid like this. Like I ruined what was really supposed to be a really heartfelt moment in the game. But anyways, when you needed to buy magazines to figure out how to beat a game, the good old days. No Straight Roads gives me Space Channel 5 vibes. Whoa. I don't know anything about that game other than that homie made it. The soundtrack, sorry. James Landino worked on the music for it. I don't know anything about that game, but if it gives Space Channel 5 vibes like that, Space Channel 5 was my jam. Still is, actually. The air is finally fresh today, says Liana. Is it? Oh crap, we don't live in the same place. That's really dope though, Liana, because I mean you've been suffering from it for a lot longer than I have, so that's sick. Let's hope it stays that way, yeah? Did you go out? Did you go out and suck some of it in? Breathe that sweet, sweet? That sweet, sweet? Okay. I think it has a heavy Malay influence, says Alpha. Talking about No Straight Roads? Is that what you're talking about? Word up. Wow, bro. I have a weird question for you guys. Oh no, even sub's leaving. Goodbye, even sub. Thanks for being in for even a moment. Have you guys ever been? This is gonna sound oddly specific, but I've actually been mulling this over for a little while. Have you ever been put in a position where you're doing something? Let's say maybe you're at work, maybe you're commissioned for something, maybe you're just working on a project for someone. And you're doing the best you can, but there are limitations on you, right? Somebody's put limitations on you. And it's not in a bad way, they've just kind of like directed you. Like, for example, let's say you were running a foot race, right? And somebody said, hey, this foot race is for Coca-Cola. So you're gonna have to wear these Nike Coca-Cola collaborative shoes. You gotta wear the collabs. And you're thinking, I mean, okay, that's fine, but these are not like my preferred running shoes. But I understand, it's a Coke race, so I gotta race in the Coke sneaks, the Coke kicks. And you race, and they're just not comfortable, and you feel like you're not performing to your best ability. And you just want everybody, and you want to give everybody that's watching a disclaimer where it's like, yeah, I'm actually faster than this, but due to certain circumstances that I've agreed to, I can't perform to my best, what I feel like is my best. Have you guys ever been put in a... Wow, Easy Doors already quick on it. Easy Doors knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you've just been put in a specific constraint, and you want to just tell everybody, hey, just in case you weren't pleased, this isn't the way I would have done it. I had to do it this way for reasons, but please don't judge me off of this one thing. I didn't do it for that way. Whether it's like this, maybe it's this stream, and I don't have like proper lighting or whatever. It's like, I'm doing it to the best of my ability. If I could like really like shell out everything that I wanted to, the stream would be doper. Or maybe I'm playing piano at a show and I've just banged my hand really bad, so I'm not doing the things, and it's like, I'm like being limited. Or maybe it's, I mean, it could be a lot of different things, right? Maybe you're just in a bad mood that day, and so you're not performing that well. Liana says, I have a crappy PC for my job, and I could be way faster if I had a Mac. Oh, see, something like this. Like, you know you're better. You know you're better than what they're seeing, and you want to give them the disclaimer, but in my experience anyway, there's nothing less professional than a disclaimer. People, I don't know why exactly, I guess because it seems like you're providing excuses. Maybe that's why. I don't know the exact reason, but disclaimers in the professional world are like a big no-no. Like you can't really walk into a meeting and go like, "Hey, just so you guys know, I've got a sore throat, so I'm not really gonna be performing." Like you can't show up to like. I mean, this is not a great example, but you can't show up to like American Idol and be like, "Hey guys, I have like laryngitis, so usually it sounds way doper than this." Because like those people would be like, "I don't care. Like you showed up, so do the thing, and we're gonna judge you based off of how you perform. Like, your excuses aren't very important to us." I feel like that's a weird thing. My previous major, none of my classmates could progress fast because our Macs were extremely slow. Word, word, word. Um, yeah, I think Liana just wants a Mac. I think Liana just does. I think it was really funny that I was like, yo, I don't want a crappy PC, I want a Mac. Like, I don't want a better PC. Like, get me out of this PC world. Just get me a Mac. I think that Liana just wants a Mac Alpha, but I feel you. I refuse. I refuse to side. Although I do use a PC because um, because I like money, and Macs cost more money than PCs do. Um, to do what I do, again, I'm a music producer, guys. I'm a music producer, and you can spend roughly $1,200 on a Mac to do the same thing as a music producer that like a $600, $700 PC could do. And so I just like I just like keeping my money. And so that's why I didn't get a Mac. I don't think that Macs are worse than PCs. Um, um, word. Yeah, I don't think they're worse. I just think they tend to be more expensive. Um, Macs also keep getting rid of their connectivity ports. So, I'm not gonna bash Mac in this stream. I'm not gonna bash Mac. I'm not gonna bash iPhones. I'm not gonna bash Android. I'm not gonna bash PC. All I'll say, especially with the phone thing, because I remember there was a time where it was like iPhones were really expensive, and it was like Androids weren't. So it was like I would just get an Android because it does the same thing an iPhone can. But now they're like about the same price. Like if you want a Galaxy, you're gonna probably spend the same price that you would for an iPhone. So the cost efficiency doesn't really transfer over to phones, but for computers it still does. It's still accurate. My laptop still has a CD port, says Alpha. I can't imagine not having a CD port. My laptop does not have a CD port, Alpha. However, again, all of my stuff is for music. Making it, not listening to it. And just so happens that all of the software I use doesn't use CDs anymore. So I personally don't need a CD port. However, I will say that my desktop PC does have a CD port on. I'm just talking about my laptop. I had a Getro for the longest time. What the heck is that? What's a Getro? Is this like Apple Talk? What are you talking about? I just bought CDs off Bandcamp. Oh, that's actually a good point, Alpha. As somebody who's probably going to release physical soon, it pains me to know that not many people have CD drives. When I release physicals, by the way, it's probably going to be like a thumb drive type thing, so I guess keep that in mind. What's a Getro? Metro PCS? Low budget phone? Whoa. I've actually never heard this slang. Because Metro PCS was, as somebody from Arizona, Metro PCS actually didn't exist out there as like a thing. Everything was Cricket. It was like Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, or Cricket. Cricket was like the cheap one. And then when I started seeing Metro PCS, I was like, what is this? Is this like Cricket? I still don't quite understand what it is, but I know it's cheap. Getro, that's awful. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, Make Vinyl says even sub. It's pretty expensive, but I have thought about it. I got cassettes, CDs, and vinyls. I have cassettes that I can never listen to because chiptune people insist on making cassettes. I have vinyls that I have received as gifts. I no longer have a vinyl player, so I can't listen to them anyway. And I do have some CDs in jewel cases, believe it or not, that are all smashed up and cracked because jewel cases are jewel cases, you know. Oh my god, wow. Guys, the ants are back. They are here. Why though? There's no food. Okay, anywho, let me scroll back up, sorry. My laptop also has a touch screen, so anytime I touch the screen, I mean everything moves. Word up, Liana. Spoken like a true Bay Area native. Quoting E40. Jesus. E40's a legend, though. So, never gonna talk spicy about E40. Alright, guys. Off of the phone conversation, or the Mac conversation and the Apple conversation that Liana brought us into, I'm just saying there have been times in my career where I have been put, and not even in my career, my personal life, whatever, there's been times professionally where I've been put in a place where I have to perform due to some constraints that people put on me, and I feel bad, whether it was like a time thing where it's like, hey man, I know this song doesn't sound super dope, but if I had like a proper amount of time to actually make a good song, it would sound so much better. But I just can't say that, because in the professional world, excuses and disclaimers are like looked on as unprofessional. So it's like you either have to look unprofessional or you have to look unskilled. That's not the word I want to use, but there is a word there for it. Do you like crusts on pizza, or do you focus on topping bits? No, Leona, what the heck? What are you talking about? Leona, don't overcorrect. We hate overcorrections. Um, look worse than you are? Yeah, even sub, you get it, you get it. Do I like crust on pizza, or do I focus on topping bits? I mean, it's all good. It's all good though, guys. But if anybody tries to sell me a pizza where the crust is like this big, like I'm kind of like not into it. I love the big crust. I love it when the crust is big and has like little bubbles in it, like bubbles in the bread, a little bit of cheese, like crispy cheese that's kind of creeped up on there. That's how the pizza's supposed to be. I like the big pillowy crust. And if it's a New York slice, I know it's not going to be super pillowy, but you can get like a big softy up there sometimes. Anywho, yeah, that's a problem that I feel I'm running into quite a bit now in music, or not so much in my personal projects, but more so in commission stuff, where it's like, man, I really wish they would have given me more time to work on this, because I feel like this is not to the best of my ability. Or when somebody hires me to make a type of music that I don't typically make, it's like, dang. This really weird thing will happen sometimes, guys, and maybe this isn't my fault. Maybe this is the fault of the person commissioning me, so I'm not going to say any names, but sometimes I will be commissioned to make a remix of a song by a person who makes similar music to me, so I will willfully go out of that space so that it's not so similar. There have also been like a good example of this is like I was getting into making like really like housey, fun, funky, disco adjacent stuff, and then I got hired to make a remix to a Patlock song, and I was like, I can't do that because Patlock does that so good. So let me dip into like my drum and bass, like liquid drum and bass field, and so I made a more like chill, orchestral drum and bass remix to that Patlock song, for that reason. Um, and it's like if I was making a houseier song, I was like, I could have made this way more danceable, but I worked with the constraints that I was putting on myself, because I just feel like if you're listening to a remix EP or a remix album, you want to hear a new take on the song. You don't want to hear the same take by somebody else on the song, you know? Are you being made to use specific sounds? No, but I have in the past. I definitely have. There have been times where I've been commissioned, and then somebody was like, can you, like, not use strings and, like, all the orchestral stuff? And I was like, okay, got it. And then I made a song, and I was like, I do not like this, but maybe that's good for growth, right? Being limited or pushing me out of my comfort zone, but I still listen back to that commission every now and then. I'm just like, this was not the best. This is not what I feel like is the best I could be. This feels like I was, I had ankle weights on, and I'm trying to run a marathon. Necessity is the mother of invention, says Cyber. Yes, a very good quote. Isidore hates it when that happens. It's pretty hard. No. I can't find it. Yeah, that's not. Oh, there it is. That feels wrong still. Who cares? Did you ever do a song for Khalid? What? No. Why? Is that a joke I don't get? No, I never did a song for him. I respect Khalid so much because what a beautiful voice. But I am so tired of him. I'm so tired of him. And I mean that with so much love. I get tired of a lot of people. There was a time where I was just sick of Cardi B because she was just like everywhere. The other day I was like looking at a Vivo like music channel, and it played a Khalid song and then another Khalid song, and then it played a song by I can't remember the girl's name, Danilay, and then it played another Khalid song, and then it played another Khalid song, and then it played a song featuring Khalid, and I was just like, okay, all right. I'm done. I'm like so tired. I'm so tired of this dude. And he's so dope. And he's so talented. And he's so young. And he's like the coolest thing. I love that dude. But I just can't. It's like Tyga, right? Like I can only hear so much Tyga. And Tyga just happens to feature on like every song. Everyone does. I'm burnt out, so to say. I don't think I know anyone who still listens to Khalid. Well, that's horrible. Everybody should listen. Except for me. I would like to stop. Jaime says, looks like I've missed the pizza crust vinyl combo. You missed it, Jaime, but it's okay. You're here now. Welcome. But yeah, very rarely do I get super tired of somebody. There was a second where I actually got tired of freaking... Who is it? Like, who's the dude? He sounds like a band, but he's just a dude. He has that song... Oh, if Sky's still in here, Sky could tell me, because there was a second where Sky would not stop listening to one specific song by this artist. And so he said Jimi Hendrix. Tame Impala. There was a second where I got so tired of Tame Impala. And I love Tame Impala. But it was just like NPR would not stop playing it. It was a lot. Isidore's never heard of Khalid. That's dope. That's dope for you. I mean, granted, Khalid hasn't really reached me a lot in quarantine, but there was a time where it's like if you went to a mall, a boba shop, a restaurant, an outdoor plaza, if you went anywhere, you were gonna hear Khalid. He was just everywhere. Yeah, there was a time where I was sick of Tame Impala, but that time is over. There was a time where I was like overwhelmed by Billie Eilish, and that's over. There was a time when I was overwhelmed with Taylor Swift. Right now, I kind of don't really hear anybody, you know? I've never listened to Big Sean until like a few days ago in an Uber, says Jaime. Oh, are we going to get into that conversation? Because that's actually a really fun conversation that I'm always afraid to have because I don't like being judged by my peers. You guys are my peers, kind of, I think, right? We're all peers here. And I feel like there's a lot of things that I like haven't heard, and as a musician, especially being into the things I'm into, it's kind of embarrassing to admit, but having not heard Big Sean until a few days ago is like actually pretty chill. That's like normal. Big Sean is what I would consider to be somebody that's like just far enough away from the spotlight that you can miss him, especially if you weren't like listening to a lot of hip hop like 5-7 years ago. What's his most famous song? Maybe I don't know it. Khalid. He has a song called "Talk," Isidore, that I literally remixed. So that's a thing. There's a YouTube video of me remixing that song. So you probably heard that song. It's with Disclosure. Do-ba-do-do, do-ba-do-do. That one. that remix. Easy Door. Anywho, what was I saying? Oh, I just never thought I'd like his music, but the new album really hit me some kind of way that morning, says Jaime. You know, that's beautiful. I like that. Guys, I hadn't heard, what's his name? He's like big jazz, big white jazz. Big white jazz. But like, not like jazz, more like he does jazzy chords sometimes, but he's more like sing-songy. James Blake. I had never heard James Blake until late last year. I was in someone's car and they were playing a song and I was like, oh, no, wait, that's not true. Okay, this was a lot longer ago than I thought. I had not heard James Blake until 2016. Was when I heard James Blake for the first time. And it was just one song, and then I did not hear him again until last year. And I remember being in the car with like my friend, and he played this, and I was like, yo, this is good. What the heck is this? And he was like, it's James Blake. And I felt bad because, like, I definitely knew that name. Like, I knew who that was. I just had never heard a song, I guess. And I didn't go on to become a big fan. I was just like, oh, that was a sick song. He did a song with Chance, and I didn't contemplate. And I didn't contemplate, says Alpha. I was hoping there was a vinyl for it because it sold me, and there isn't. Womp Womp, says Jaime, about the Big Sean album, I believe. There's a lot of artists still, guys, who I haven't heard to this day. Like, I was just talking to my roommate that told me about an artist named Melanie Martinez. And then I, like, looked Melanie Martinez up, and I'm like, this person is huge. I've never heard of this woman. I've never even heard of her. Like, the name didn't even ring a bell. Person's giant. Like a music giant. I didn't know. So, I didn't heard Melanie Martinez until 2 days ago. There's somebody named Cole Sprouse. I still haven't heard a song by Cole Sprouse. I don't know who that is. I mean, we could play this game all day. There's a lot of people that I know are like top 40s that I can't name one song. I can't say even what they sound like. If they're rock, if they're pop, what. I think I heard James Blake in a lift. Sounds like a good lift. Sounds like a good lift. Let's give my head people talking about I still haven't heard anything other than the Chance song. Never heard of her, says Isadora. I only heard of James Blake because SoundCloud was spamming an ad for him, says Liana. Interesting. Alpha says Cole Sprouse, OMFG. He make music. Yeah, I've never heard anything by Cole Sprouse. I don't know what Cole Sprouse looks like. There are so many people. Shawn Mendes. Ugh, I might be lying. Is Shawn Mendes a music person? I think they are, and I think also I've never heard a song by them. There's somebody named like Camilla Cabello or something. Never heard a song by her, but every now and then when I look at the Billboard charts, like she be up there somewhere. Cole Sprouse is from Zack and Cody. Wait, really? Does he have music? Are you making a joke, Alpha? I didn't know about Melanie Martinez until I met my girlfriend, says Jaime. Only really listened to the recent album of hers, and I like the execution of it. What an open mind, Jaime. I didn't really like what I heard, but maybe I need to keep an open mind. Maybe it was because I was looking at her. Well, I was like looking at a music video, and like the music video really bothered me. And she was like dressed like a baby in a high chair. I don't like it when. I don't like love it when adults that are like being sexy dressed like babies or children. It like makes me feel weird for good reason. But anyways, it made me like not like the song. But maybe the song's really good, and I should listen to the song when I'm not looking at an adult in a high chair dressed like a baby. Anyways, I never heard of Mendez or Cabello music. Yeah, there's a lot of artists, guys. Like when I like turn on my Vivo, because like my TV gets a Vivo channel. Sometimes I'll just turn on Vivo, and like just like let it ride for a while, and like the amount of artists I don't know is mind-blowing me. Like the amount of artists that are being played on there that I'm like, I've never even heard of Homie, and then I like look them up online and they have like 53 trillion followers, and I don't know, they made the song for some big movie that won an Oscar. I don't know. But that's cool. That's cool. That's But yeah, that's an interesting game to play, Jaime. There's a lot of artists that I have not heard. Sometimes, as especially being a black man and being into hip hop, sometimes there are just some hip hop people that I do not know the music of, and it's like kind of embarrassing. Like I can't name music by a lot of hip hop acts, especially today. Sometimes I'll just see somebody and I'm like, I guess they're big now because I see their name being thrown around a lot, but I don't actually like know, like I don't like know very well. Anyways, um, did anyone ask when we were getting the Omniboy vinyl? I mean, we're not getting an Omniboy anything for what, a while. Well, definitely not this year, but a vinyl would be nice. I've definitely taken it under consideration. In fact, I was actually going to do a vinyl of Ego Death Quick Breath, but I guess I still could have done like really limited pressings. I just wanted to. Quick Breath and Ego Death didn't do what I wanted it to do in order for me to make a vinyl of it, if that makes sense. I think I always find some random white indie artists with colored hair on Spotify, and they always got over 1 million followers. Yeah, Alpha. It's a big world. It's a big world. The Spotify algorithm, it works really good for me, says Isidora. I wish it worked like that with Instagram. Ha ha! Ha ha! Yeah. Don't we all? Okay. I deactivated my Spotify, says Alpha. Wow, strong words, strong words. I did not, but that's dope. Um, hmm, that is dope. But yeah, there are a lot of things that I don't know. I haven't seen the movie Fight Club. I don't know when I'm ever going to see it. I haven't seen the movie. Insert any iconic cult film. I haven't seen it. Maybe I'll make my way around to seeing it one day. Um, Most cult films I see after they've been out for a very long time, like the rest of the world, yeah. Same thing with my Instagram, Isidora. I'm pretty much buried on Instagram. I remember when I wasn't, and now I am, and I mean, I don't post anything anyway. So, Isidora, the Instagram is going to eat me alive when I decide to come back. If I post a video to Instagram in December, January, it's probably going to get like 3 views, and that is a bed that I have made by taking a break from it, and so I'll lie in it. Same thing with Twitter. I'm sure when I come back to Twitter and upload Quarantine's number 9 or whatever, it's going to get like no attention, and that is just that's the bed that I've made by being inactive, at least somewhat inactive. So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That's so interesting. Okay, anywho, we're at 11:08. I feel like we can start getting closing comments out. Even if you know the spoiler of the movie, it's worth watching for the storytelling merits and presentation. I assume you're talking about Fight Club, and I will watch this movie. I will watch this movie. That's one of those things. It's not like the anime recommendations. That is the thing that I've been recommended a lot that I actually do want to see. Just haven't got around to it yet. You're going to notify people when you post on Instagram. Because after a while, Insta just notifies the world. Hey guys, Omniboy. I mean, yeah, but I still don't think it's going to get any love. Alpha. Maybe this is just me setting my expectations so that I'm not heartbroken when I come back and nobody cares, but I have a pretty low bar for what I think that the return to Instagram is going to do. Hold on, let me make sure that you guys are talking about Fight Club. Let me scroll up really quick. Fight Club is, I never seen Fight Club, but I always reference it, says Jaime. just for the cinematography, if you enjoy well-shot things. I do enjoy well-shot things, and I'm not going to lie, one of the main reasons that I didn't watch Fight Club is because it did get spoiled for me, and I'm so sensitive to spoilers that it was like, I just didn't want to play anymore, you know? I didn't want to play. And so, I guess I'm over it now, and I can... What is happening? Sorry, I can't... Sorry, guys, hold on. Something weird is happening. I can't get my chat to show back up. Oh, ignore that. Whatever that is. Oh, I figured it out. Okay, anyways, I wish that happened with my YouTube channel. I was buried for not uploading videos. The algorithm, I really hate it. Okay, the weird thing about that, guys, is I don't actually know what that means. When I say I don't know what that means, it's like, I haven't uploaded a video in a while, but I stream pretty regularly, so I don't know what the algorithm actually thinks of my YouTube right now. I don't know what is going on with the algorithm and me. Me and the algorithm. A love story of the internet. I saw a first vlog. Oh, you're talking to Easy Dora. Woo! Oh, no. Cyber's not talking about me. Cyber's talking about Easy Dora. Oh my goodness, that scared the heck out of me. So what are those like? Tell me about those. Oh boy. That's cool. That's pretty sick. I think whatever story you're thinking of is probably more interesting. Says Cyber. What story? Are we talking about Fight Club or are we talking about the vlog thing? Basically, I had a YouTube vlog series when I was 16. Where I would talk about your first vlog. Yeah. I had when I was 16 I had it. And it was very embarrassing. I mean, I did it when I was 16. And it was embarrassing when I was 17. It was that bad. And so it only got more and more embarrassing with age. It was so bad. It was so bad. And there was no... Oh my god. That YouTube account has been buried or something like that. I can't access it anymore. I don't remember what email it was under because I had 6 emails at the time. Some of which were only existent to make accounts on things. I didn't actually use the email, so maybe the email is even defunct now. Point is, YouTube got rid of all that stuff. So all of my old vlog, all of the videos of me glow stringing, all of the weird breakdance videos I would make, all of my skateboard videos, all of my graffiti tagging videos, literally every video that I had on that account is down, and probably for the best. Honestly, I've made my peace with it. My first YouTube videos were in 2006 and I had to private them. You gotta private them. You tagged on me. Yeah, I tagged, I was just stupid. I mean, was I, freaking dope at it? I was, okay. I would say that my tagging abilities and my skateboarding abilities and my music abilities at the time were all pretty equal. I was, better than average, but nowhere near, even approaching impressive. And I had played this is embarrassing, but I played Jet Set Radio and I played Getting Up, both of those games, and I was I think that this is a thing I want to do. And yeah, I did the thing. I'm not super proud of it. Anyways, we gotta start closing stuff up. Your dance videos are the best, Omni says. Easy Dora. Oh boy, my next life I want to dance like that. Yeah, unfortunately my Omniclaws videos weren't on that account, so they still exist. Everybody, I have some albums out. I have some releases. There's some releases that we've all seen, taken part in. I still don't like the chords for these. What if I used Winter Heart chords? It was Winter Heart chords? Tall Tales Signals, House of Omni, Nice Dream, Love Dream, Speed Dream, Daydream, Blush Dream, Quick Breath, Ego Death. You can hear SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal Group, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube, guys. We're on YouTube right now. I have videos out. I say it at the end of every stream. They are still there. They're still there, and I worked really hard on them. Please go watch them because I think I'm gradually forgetting how to edit video. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm good anymore at editing video. But please go listen to those songs if you get a chance. They're short, and the videos are fun for the most part. I tried to make them fun and entertaining. You never thought to be a dancer? Serious question, says Easy I actually did. I really wanted to go out for ballet when I was a kid, but this is a twofold answer. One of the main reasons I did it is because I was embarrassed to ask my dad. I was embarrassed. Like, I just thought that it was going to be a problem, you know? I thought it was going to be a problem. That doesn't mean that my dad was, like not going to let me. Like, I didn't even really give my dad the opportunity to say no. I just didn't ask because I felt like a boy asking to go out for ballet was going to be a problem. So I didn't do it for that reason. And the second reason, not that I didn't go to do it, but like I honestly do feel like if I started anything when I was a kid, I would hate it now. I went out for sports when I was a kid, and I don't really like playing them a lot now. I didn't start music when I was a kid because I thought it was boring, but only when I got older did I like appreciate it. So I didn't do any real steps to become a dancer as a kid. That was my little sister. She was the one that ended up taking dance classes and stuff, but it was something that interested me pretty early on. I want to see your skating graffiti video, says Alpha. Well, good luck, because I'm pretty sure YouTube has buried them forever. Ain't no shame in being inspired by the things we consume, says Cyber. This is a very good point. A lot of video games inspired me to do things like drive an automobile. Shouts to Big Jaime for being in everyone's streams all the time, by the way. Jaime, you're the hero. Goat. These are goat things. It's never too late to follow your dreams, says Isidora. I don't even know that I want to be a dancer anymore. I think I'm done with it. I mean, I do like salsa dancing. I like ballroom dancing, but as far as like really doing the thing, like I think I'm chill. I think a lot of that repressed like dancer energy, I did get a lot of it out as a salsa dancer when I started salsa dancing back in Arizona. My friend just posted this on Twitter. Quote, just had a user pronounce Adobe as Adobe. Adobe? That's pretty cool. On the end quote on the phone, on the phone, and that's basically how this day has been. That's pretty cool. Adobe? I think that when I was a kid, I probably looked at the word Adobe and said it Adobe. I don't know about Adobe. That's like everything's wrong. Goodness, Umbe slept in today. Well, I'm glad you got your rest, Umbe. I'm seeing ants. I'm seeing a high number of ants coming in through my wall air conditioning unit. And again, there is no food in my room, so I don't know what they want, but I need to address them now. I need to quell this invasion. Guys, thanks so much for being here. I'm still gonna play Hush Hour. As far as news, it's only Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. We're 2 more streams from the production stream. I want to do something for the production stream, and I don't know what that is, but I want to do something. I want to do something interesting. Because the production stream, as we can all admit, is a very sleepy stream. People don't really say anything in the production stream, and since I'm usually pretty busy like building music, there isn't really a lot of engagement. I do remember, was it Mini Ninja that came in? Mini Ninja came into the stream. Was it Mini Ninja and Alpha? I don't remember, but last Friday, like, there was, like, just a few people that were really carrying the chat. I do appreciate you guys. Little chat warriors. But I've been thinking about what I can do to be more engaging with the chat during Friday streams. And when I figure out what that is, I will let you all know. But that's all the news, guys. The smoke here in my area of Los Angeles isn't as severe as it was a few days ago. But yesterday, I went to downtown LA to get my pizza like I normally do. And the smoke was way more severe in downtown. So the wind is doing some weird thing where it's like, sometimes it's okay in my neighborhood. And sometimes it's really bad in Hollywood. And so, I don't know. For some reason, the work is always on fire on Friday. thank you all for being respectful to me and polite to each other. It really is appreciated, guys. You have no idea. You have no idea. Um, times are weird now, so I do appreciate the positive 2 hours a day. Gets me started all right. I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you back here tomorrow for Morning Melee number 224. And then the day after that, we will do the 6 hour production stream. And I will see you guys in that as well. Abo. Abo, everybody.